There are thousands of men and women serving our country right now, and thousands more who have defended our freedoms in other conflicts and other times. When you get the chance today, say thank you for the sacrifices they've made. We have a listing of the Veterans Day events happening throughout the Gulf Coast today. It's on our website for you, fox10tv.com.
The annual Blue Angels homecoming show kicked morning at NAS Pensacola. Several flight teams will be taking to the skies, and they promise to put on quite the show. Our cameras went up with some of the pilots for a little formation flying on Thursday, in fact. These planes, of course, are flying dangerously close, but the pilots are always communicating to coordinate their stunts. The pilots say that it's all part of the show.
People on the ground like smoke and noise, and the T6 is the best thing we've ever had to convert expensive avgas to noise.
It's a challenge flying that close to the other aircraft for that, as we do the maneuvers, and we enjoy that challenge.
The homecoming show starts tomorrow, actually tomorrow and today at 8, and continues on Saturday, of course, which is tomorrow. The best part, the admission is free. A World War II veteran and retired naval aviator had a dream come true on board NAS Pensacola on Thursday. Retired Navy Captain Beau Bankcroft was the recipient of this year's Jeremy Bloom's Wish of a Lifetime. Bankcroft trained at NAS Pensacola during and after World War II and spent many hours flying the iconic SNJ N2. And the 89-year-old's wish was to fly in one again, and the staff at the air station helped make that dream and wish come true. They teamed up with an air show pilot for a 20-minute ride that he will never forget.
My golly, thanks, Joe. Yes, sir. That was great. That was a thrill for me, guys.
What do you think? Tell us about the ride.
Well, it's a little bumpy today, but it sort of felt like it always did in the many hours I spent in that back seat.
Bancroft lives in Chicago now, and this was his first time back to NAS Pensacola in 50 years. Well, Jeremy Bloom's Wish of a Lifetime was established by the former NFL football player back in 2008 in honor of his grandmother to enrich the lives of seniors.
Congressional delegation members are planning a trip to Birmingham later this month for a hearing over the state's new illegal immigration law. The group will be in Birmingham on November 21st. They plan to end their day at Birmingham's 16th Street Baptist Church, where a statewide campaign to repeal the law is being launched. Former National Security Advisor and U.S. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice makes a stop in FAIRHOPE. The Alabama native is promoting her new memoir, No Higher Honor. Hundreds of people packed the streets outside the Page and Palette bookstore. Many hope to get a signed copy of the book. Rice met briefly with the media beforehand. She talked about a number of topics, including Alabama's new immigration law.
And so I think what's happened is, in the absence of federal reform, you're starting to get a patchwork of state laws. And since I believe that immigration policies need to be uniform across the country, this is not a good trend. I certainly understand the frustration of the states, but we have to be very careful.
How are you? Studio 10 host Joe Emer was at the book signing and news conference. He'll have more on Secretary Rice's visit today on Studio 10 in about half an hour from right now.
Well, in other news this morning, the attorney for a man charged with killing a Catholic priest says that his client cannot get a fair trial in Mississippi. Jeremy Maneri is charged with the death of Father Ed Everett at a beach house in Waveland. Maneri's attorney says that a TV commercial in the Mississippi Attorney General's race said that Maneri, quote, murdered a 70-year-old priest in cold blood. Now, Maneri has not been to trial yet. The attorney says the commercial tainted the jury pool. Investigators in Jackson County, Mississippi say that they've tracked down a number of stolen car engines and parts. The items were taken from a shed off of Roberts Road in Moss Point. A witness told investigators that they saw an SUV leaving the scene. About an hour later, deputies Spotty and Gerald Marcus were arrested. Now, they also arrested three of them. The stolen property was later recovered at a scrapyard. All three are facing commercial burglary charges.
Mobile County's overcrowded animal shelter is drawing the attention of the Alabama State Director for the Humane Society. Mindy Gilbert visited the shelter yesterday. Gilbert says the shelter staff is doing what they can to accommodate the pet population, but the community has to do its part too.
Shelters are basically a place of last resort for animals to go for